Hey everyone, sorry for the wait. Some camera having all kinds of troubles today, talking and cameras and all kinds of things. Let me know if you can hear me, please. And I have some music on here that I'm trying to have playing in the background. Let me know if that's loud, too soft, or any of the things. I might change it as well. It's supposed to be kind of a jazzy groove, but we'll see if we find something that we like better. Hi Deborah, welcome, welcome. Okay, I think we should be about set. Hello, hello. I'm not sure. I've done a few member lives. This is I think this is only my second or maybe third public live. So let me know if you can hear me for one, because my settings did change a bit, and let me know if the music's too loud. And yeah, I don't know how the notifications go out for the live streams on public. I'm pretty sure as soon as I set it up, I think you guys should be able to see it on my page, but it's hard to tell sometimes how exactly that works. I'm gonna have to like look into it a bit more as I get into more kind of hopefully maybe weekly, maybe every couple weeks doing live streams. So that's the hope and the plan, but let me know. Coming through loud and clear. Hey Cheryl. How are you? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, let me know if can you hear the music? If it's too loud, let me know. If it's kind of competing with my voice. I just want to have some kind of background music. So while we paint, if I'm not talking a whole lot. Thanks, Deborah. Yeah, if you can't, so this way, while I'm painting, if I'm not talking, you guys have something to listen to. So Deborah and Cheryl, where are you guys located? I'm in Canada, near Toronto. Let me know where you are. Let me know what your weather is like today. The weather has been absolutely crazy here. We've had crazy heat wave. Christine, hello. Thank you, Christine. Welcome, welcome. You guys, let me know where you are all located and what the weather's like where you are. Like I said, we had a massive heat wave here the last week or so. Like it was absolutely crazy. Lots and lots of warnings of not being outside for too long. And today, in the last couple of days, I think now to kind of reset itself, the weather is we're getting a lot of storms, like just rain, trying to cool everything off around here. So that's us. We might have another storm coming through today, but hopefully it's nothing too bad. So yeah, so let me know. But anyway, so yeah, I want to, like I said, I haven't done many public chats, but I'd love to do more, and I'd love to have, you guys kind of here. You can feel free to ask me questions. It can be about resin, it can be about art, it can be about any of the videos that you've seen me produce and have on my YouTube channel. It could be about the new things that we're doing today, which are the acrylic the acrylic silhouettes or inlays. So this is a project we're doing today. So yeah, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to let me know. And we have this guy here. I'm going to put him here as well so that you guys can see that. But Massachusetts, warm and cloudy. In Virginia, humid 99 degrees. Oh my God. New Mexico and beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So, yeah, no, that's great. You guys, it's good that everyone's getting some nice weather. And, yeah, so are you guys all into resin, or are you artists, or just, you know, here for interest's sake, passing through? Let me know. My camera's kind of wonky, so I'm not going to be able to like look directly at you guys while I'm looking at my computer here to kind of keep up with the chat, but let me know. Should I lean this way? But all right, so what we have, so let me know, like I said, if you guys are resin artists or other types of artists. I know I do a lot of different things on my channel, and lately, like I said, I've been doing the acrylics, so I want to get those done. So we'll work on this one to show you guys today. Hello! Sorry, does that say roulette girl? Woo! I like roulette. It's like the only gambling that I do when I go to the casino with my husband. Roulette's the only one I do. I'm just gonna fix my finger here. Give me a second. But yeah, so that on. Oops. Sorry, okay, let's go back here. Sarasota, Florida, thunderstorms. Oh no! Into resin and decorating glass bottles. Yes, Cheryl. Cheryl, you said you do a lot of, is it you that does a lot of decoupage as well? You do some beautiful stuff. All right. Resin and acrylic paint, hobbyist here. Okay, perfect. Yes, yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the only one. Like my husband, he doesn't play many other types of games either at the casino. He knows how to do some card games, but I'm just not so much into those. So fluid art and resin, just like to have fun. Well, that's what it's all about for sure. So I think a lot of us have found resin, and actually, so funny story. I started. Well, so I'm an artist, as you guys know, probably know, but I've been an artist my whole life. I'm a graphic designer by profession, and just have done all that. Oh, that's not you. Sorry, Cheryl. I have another Cheryl that does glass work as well, and she does decoupage. So, sorry about that. But so I started resin art as kind of something new about 4 years ago, like a lot of people did actually. And I actually found resin art on Instagram, but I first found fluid, like the fluid pouring, sorry, is that called fluid art, yeah. So it's where they kind of like mix all the acrylic pours. So that's kind of what I found first, and then that kind of led me into the resin side of things with more kind of types of pouring. I was just more of a, not necessarily a fine artist, but just kind of typical traditional painting with paintbrushes and paint and things like that. And like I said, I was a graphic designer, so kind of professionally went in was doing mostly just online computer, design, and then wanted to do something with my hands again. So that's how I ended up. I ended up deciding to do some resin on the side just to kind of try it out, and I really liked it, and I decided I wanted to be able to combine traditional art, traditional styles of art with resin, and that's kind of how my channel and all my art styles kind of evolved over the last 4 years, over 4 years now. So again, it's evolved. It keeps evolving. So I decided that I still love resin art, but I do want to transition slightly again. And everyone really loves, or at least the people that have followed me closely over the last 4 years have watched me transition towards stained glass style art, because I have a love of henna and I have a love of stained glass, and I wanted to try to incorporate that. So I did a lot of hand painted work like that. So a lot of you may have saw a lot of that type of work from me. And over the last couple of years, I've had a lot of people ask about how can I create the pieces that I create but not paint them, so this way I can offer them as a product, I guess, that, you know, other artists who are more on the crafty side, not necessarily the artistic side, could, you know, take them as templates and then create with them. So it took a while for me to figure out exactly how that was all going to work, but this is where we've landed. So now I have the ability to make these acrylic kind of blanks, templates. I call them silhouettes, but I know a lot of people call them blanks, and some people call them templates. So I'm kind of trying to cover all the bases here. But it's basically just black acrylic. So I make the design, and then these get laser cut out of the laser cutting machine that I now have. So I'm able to create these pieces, and now you can take these and you can do many things with them. You can lay them into your resin trays, or coasters or silicone molds, whatever you have. You can just pour a little bit of resin, a very thin layer. You set this in, and then now you let that cure, or you can use UV resin as another option. Let that cure, and then you can go in and fill in the colors, whether you're using resin again to fill in the colors, whichever pigments you want to use, or you can what I'm going to be doing today is I use paints. So right here I have my paints. These are my glass paints. So the same process I just kind of explained with this is what I did here. So this is one of my larger silhouettes. So this is a 7-inch silhouette, and this is actually a wooden canvas. So when I do resin art, I like doing it on the wooden canvases more than the canvases. So it gives us a sturdy base. And then so first thing I did, you can see the white on here. So that is actually white resin first on here. So I did a pour on it first to give myself kind of a base. And then after that, then I had let that cure. So I had actually had this canvas ready probably a couple months ago. I was going to do something else with it. Then I didn't have time, so I ended up not. So I decided to try it with this. I'm trying to see if I can find what I put under it. So, piece here. So what I have now, and then once it was cured, I decided I want to put my acrylic piece on it. Hello. Roulette Girl, you really created a beautiful niche for yourself, and I'm super excited about trying and learning how to do this. It is a fun idea. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys like it. It's had such a great reception so far, and I think we're just kind of scratching the surface of what we can do with these acrylic things. I have so many ideas. I have so many videos I need to make. I haven't had the time. It's been busy in June. The kids are all kind of finishing up school. I have 3 kids, if you don't know that, who are all in school, and so it's a busy month getting everybody kind of finished up with if they're doing exams or final projects or whatever it is they got going on. My son's and got all these play days and different things, so it's a busy month. Plus this is birthday season for us as well. So actually my one daughter, her birthday is tomorrow, so we have a lot of things going on, and I didn't get to do as many videos to kind of show the capabilities of these yet, but they're coming, don't worry. So stay tuned, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, to see lots and lots of fun ideas. Like, honestly, really fun ideas. And if you guys know me at all, you know that I like to challenge myself, and I like to come up and do things that are kind of out of the box, not the typical, not the things that you might expect me to do with things. I do have a lot of ideas. So I think it's gonna be a really fun summer, hopefully, with these. So what I did, like I said, I had the white, it's actually a kind of a sparkly, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a sparkly resin. Sorry, it's a sparkly mica that I had put in the resin for the white. I'm probably going to be covering this. So like I said, my original intention was to do something different with this canvas, but I might be changing this background. But for now, that's what it is. And then I put a thin layer of, actually no. So that's what I had cured. I took this. Now this is type of holographic vinyl, so it's an adhesive thing. They are, if you want to look, I'll have to add it to my Amazon links in my shop. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Roulette Girl. Yes, it does. But, and that's the thing, like, honestly, I don't know, I know some of you might be new to me. My channel's about 3 years old now. I've been doing resin for 4. I think the channel's going to be 3 years soon. And I kind of burnt myself out in the first 3 years trying to create content constantly, not just on Instagram and all the other socials, but on YouTube here. I was doing it weekly, or, you know, every 2 videos a week. And it got to the point where I couldn't. I was just stressing myself out and not sleeping. So, because this is not my full-time job. This is my it started out as the thing I do after my kids go to bed. So that's a nighttime, you know, 9-10 p.m. till 3 a.m. type of thing. And that was, you know, I did that for about 3 years. And after about 3 years, I totally burnt myself out. And I was like, no, I got to start sleeping again. So now I try to pace myself a little better, but it does mean that everything's a little bit slower for you guys, and I apologize for that. But I'm hoping to get myself back onto something of a more consistent routine. And I did, okay, my water here. How did you make your blanks? Are they printed 3D? Hi, Deborah. No, they are actually... I have a couple videos on my channel, so if you haven't seen them, you can definitely go check them out. I showed the new laser machine I have. It's a laser cutting machine. So this is acrylic, like actual like sheet acrylic, like large sheets. And then I make my design on my iPad. So I hand draw my designs, and then I create the file that's needed to actually have them lasered. So then I send that file to obviously the computer, and the computer sends it to the machine, and the machine laser cuts the designs out. It's a bit of a process. I do explain it a little bit more in some of my, like I said, in a couple of my videos. I think there's probably 2 currently on there. The machine I have is called the X Tool. It's XTOOL. If you look on my channel, there's 2 videos currently. I need to do a 3rd one for them. It was kind of a partnership sponsor thing that we did together. And the first video of the 2 shows the cutting capabilities. I did a really neat, actually, let me go grab it. Ooh, I did a really neat sign with it. Let me show you what I did. Don't mind my messy background of my studio. Okay, so this is the first project I designed and created on my laser printer. So this is a sign I actually made for my cousin who just had a baby. I'm going to be taking this to her next month, actually. But so I designed everything on here. Like the background, all this stuff was hand drawn by me. And then I, again, programmed it to cut on the machine. And you can see, like, this is all just different pieces of colored acrylic to kind of create, again, kind of a stained glass. Let's move this out of the way for a second. To kind of create a stained glass kind of look. So that was the first thing, and you can see it's just a bunch of sandwiched pieces of acrylic there. So the machine is such a powerful machine. It's amazing. It's inspired me so much to create so many cool things. So I figured I'll take the ability that I have now to make things out of acrylic and make things for you guys. So that's what I'm now doing. So I'm taking a lot of my designs and I'm creating a lot more things. Like I said, I have quite a number of things on the website, my website currently, which is liadiadesigns.com. You can find the blanks there. And again, there's all different things coming out. Like these guys just released actually on Friday, the blanks of these. So you would get a unfilled version of these, and then you would add the colors. So these ones I added with UV resin. So it's different than what I'm doing today on this one, but these ones I use UV resin. And I do have, I'm going to come out with a proper, like full instructional video on what I did here, but there are some shorts on my page as well. So if you want to kind of quickly see what was done to create these in terms of adding the UV resin, you can check those out. We can talk about it later in the live stream too. So if you, like I said, if you guys have questions, we can kind of go over everything. So I know a lot of this is new, and it's new for me as well, but I'm super, super excited about doing it all. So I have so many designs in mind, so many things, and I need more time. But, okay. Okay, sorry. This is exactly why I was so excited for this live. Family comes first. Your subscribers will always be here. Thank you guys so much. That's very interesting. I'll check those videos out. Yes, Deborah, please. Sure, for sure do. And if you decide, for any reasons, if you decide that you are interested in the next tool, because they have many different kinds. I have, I think, one of the larger ones. They do have smaller ones, and depending on your capability of what you want, because it does engraving, it does cutting, it does different things, but each machine is slightly unique. If you're interested at all in them, for sure, you can like email me or message me here. Let me know that you're interested in looking into them a bit more. I can try to help you out as much as I can. And I do have a code with them. So, you know, if you guys are convinced to get a machine because of me, let them know by using my code. So anyway, thank you. Okay, great. So yes, like I said, so the machine is super powerful, and I think we can make a lot of really cool things with it. So back to this. What we did is, so again, it is a kind of an iridescent holographic vinyl material, and it's adhesive. So this is a backer on it. So then I cut the circle out to the size I needed, and then you literally just, this is a scrap of it, but you can just literally peel. I don't know if I can get it now. So you can just peel. This one's white. Sometimes the holographic image is on the back too, but this one doesn't. So then you just peel it off, and then I stuck it onto the canvas first. I'm actually going to be putting out a video on this process at some point, but I wanted to paint it with you guys here today. So, so stuck that down. Then I did a very thin layer, kind of almost like a top coat of resin, like a super thin layer, just to kind of, I quickly just kind of rubbed it on. I didn't like do a proper like pour. It was just more put a little bit, spread it around, and then I stuck this on it. You stick it on, you just want to make sure it's really pressed down properly to kind of make sure you don't have any gaps, and then let that cure again. So this is epoxy resin that I used here because I wanted this to be kind of more, well, I wanted to try both because I've done UV resin on these, and this is epoxy resin, so I wanted to do epoxy on here. From this point now, this has been cured. From this point now, you have a couple options. You could choose to continue just using your epoxy resin, and you would obviously mix all your colors the way that you would normally do it, and then you could just go in and pour. Or if you're using the little pipette things, you can go in and add your colors that way. I personally am not going to do that today because I prefer using paints, and that's just my personal preference. It just probably goes back to me being a painter from years and years and years. So I prefer painting. And this whole thing with the iridescent vinyl is something brand new I haven't tried yet with these acrylic pieces, because I wanted to see, because if we can, you know, kind of get that shine that's behind here to show through the colors that I'm going to be using. So that's the concept of what's happening today. So okay, perfect, Deborah. So yeah, so that was the concept, to see how much or if any of this kind of reflection would show through. And part of the reason why I wanted to use these paints is because these are stained glass paints. If you're not familiar with some of my other work, I love to use these paints on my stained glass pieces, like whether it's resin or whether it's on glass or anything like that. I love these paints. So these are from Pebeo. These are, Vitrail is their actual stained glass paints. Like that's their purpose. So as you can see here, I paint the top of my lid so I can see the colors, but you can also see the transparency, how, you know, this color was put on and you can still see the numbers, the printed black numbers underneath or through it. That's its purpose, is to be transparent. Not all of them are fully transparent. Some of them are less transparent than others. especially the darker colors. So for example, this is a deep blue and it's a bit more opaque than, let's say, this one, which was the fuchsia pink. So it kind of depends. You have to be careful. They do have thinners, which I do have. I'll show you guys here as well. So they do have thinners, so that if you have paints like this one, which you want, that you find is too opaque, we can thin them out with this and it'll become, again, more transparent. These are solvent based. I don't know if it's oil, but they're solvent based paints. So you can't mix them with water, right? So that's important to know as well. But anyways, so this is what I'm going to be using. So again, because they're stained glass paints, I think that we're going to get a really nice finish here. So anyway, so that's kind of the whole spiel of what we're doing today. Again, that's very different than what I did here. I have one here that is also transparent. This one was done with UV resin. So you can obviously get the transparency with UV resin. With UV resin, I used the Resin Dyes. So like, for example, I use these ones. These are Let's Resin. So I use the Resin Dyes. And again, same thing. These keep their transparency. So if you mix them with your epoxy resin or your UV resin, it's still going to give you that transparency. As you can see here, you can still kind of see through it. And so that gives us the look that we're going for. So there's, like I said, there's a bunch of different ways we can do this. I'll show you one more piece that I did on a member live, and that's this one here. So this is another one of my designs that's available on my website. So this was done differently than both of the other pieces. Again, just to prove the flexibility of these acrylics, is this one was done by attaching this acrylic design to, I don't know if you can see it, to a clear acrylic. You guys see that? There's like two layers, they were stuck together, 2 layers. So this is just a clear acrylic. I don't know if I have any. I do. So this has like a film on it you have to peel off, but this is just a clear round that I attached to this outline. So it looked like this, and I just literally stuck it on to this like that. And then I went in and use these paints on this once it was dry. And I also use glitter, so you can see that. So this is a different approach, again, because I did use these paints, the stained glass paints, but I also use a different thing, a different medium, different mix for the ones with the glitter. So again, lots and lots of possibilities. There's gonna be a lot of videos showing all these different things, but just wanted to show you guys that as well. So lots of things that we can do here. Okay, let's get painting. I've done enough of that kind of intro stuff. So let's, I'll move you up here. I don't know what colors I plan to do the butterfly today. Do you guys have any suggestions? I was thinking, I've done kind of pinks and purples before, but I can do it again if you guys want to see it. I was also thinking maybe, I don't know if I want to do orange. I was kind of thinking orange, but I'm not sure. And like I said, so the design here has a butterfly in the middle, I'm sure you could see, and then it has these flowers around the sides here. So I like to have the flowers be slightly complementary, though not necessarily the same as the butterfly. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any preferences or anything you want me to try in terms of the colors here. Literally, I'll show you really quick. I can't keep it on screen, but they have like all the colors here. So, and I can obviously mix colors as well. I can also customize my own colors if need be. by using glitter and things like that too. We can do something similar to like what was done on here, where we can do some parts in glitter, which I think we probably will do, because I think every piece I've ever created needs to have glitter on it somewhere. So there's that. Yeah, so let me know what you think. We can start probably doing some green, because I think the green is obvious for the leaves, so we can start there maybe, and then we will continue. So I'm gonna start with apple green, because it's a very nice leafy green. So we just give it a little bit of a shake, nothing too crazy. Oh. Let me get my brush. Jocelyn! You're here! Hey, got on my phone. I am well, thank you. I hope you're well too. Oh, you got your package! Yay! All right, thanks, Jocelyn. Jocelyn's one of my members, so she actually has just received her package with some of these, and that is exciting. I can't wait to see what you do with them. I think we might do a member paint night this week, later this week. I think a lot of members are receiving their stuff, so maybe we'll do one later, Jocelyn. So, yeah, so I think we'll start with green. So then this is the apple green. Did a little bit of a swirly to kind of just mix it up a little bit. Doesn't need to be fully shaken. I mean, you can, but you'll get a bit of bubbles in it. And again, like I said, if you wanted to do resin here and just kind of not do the painting thing that I'm doing, 100% you can do that. I don't know if you can see on camera how deep the acrylic is. So there's a good amount of space there for you to fill. So definitely it's not going to be difficult necessarily to fill it with epoxy or with UV resin if you wanted to. Like there's some nice space there to, like the walls are not very thin. So this way you can still get a pour in there. With the paint, it ends up being obviously just sitting on the bottom, which is fine. And then I can go back in later if I choose, and I probably will, put a top coat of resin on this afterwards. Little black sparkle with orange and yellows. Hey, April! How are you? Little black sparkle with orange and yellows. See, I was thinking oranges and yellows. You and me, we got it on the same wavelength here. That's what I was kind of thinking, but I don't know now. Okay, I'm going to start with green while we think. You guys, anyone else who has ideas? Let's do it. I've got some really cool colors too. So I've got, what is this color? So this color is called Old Pink, but it's not really. It's like almost like a wine color. So I do have this kind of color too. I do have, if you want to do a blue butterfly, we could definitely do something like that too. We have lots of blues and kind of turquoisey colors. So these kind of things. This one is turquoise. This one is cyan blue. So we do have those type of colors as well. Because everybody loves colorful butterflies. But like I said, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Let's see what we can do. And that's the great thing with these two, is there's no limitations on your color combinations. You can choose any colors you like. I keep saying, like in my head, I think I put it on something somewhere, that it's like a coloring book, but with paint. So you can do whatever you want with it. Oh, welcome, April. How is it? How is the weather where you are today? We were talking about it a bit earlier. I was saying we had a massive heat wave here the last week, and now we're getting the thunderstorms that are kind of here to try to calm all that down. So we're just going to go ahead, and hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I know that the lighting here may not be the greatest with these. So one thing I did notice when I was working on the planter picks, that's what these ones are called. The one thing I did notice when I was working on the planter picks was that I was using UV resin, but I found that hold on, I'll show you because it's probably not going to make sense. So this is actually the same butterfly. So this butterfly, if you order them and you receive them, this is what they will look like. They have this paper on them. It's a protective masking paper. And you can see here the black, excuse me, the black is underneath. And then you can just easily kind of peel that up to show the acrylic. And that's just there it's protecting it while I'm cutting on the machine, but it's also protecting the acrylic from scratches and things like that. And, you know, during shipping and when you're handling them and stuff like that. So obviously, if you're going to set the whole thing in resin, you want to remove all of the paper masking and just have the black acrylic like this. But what I did with the planter picks is I only removed the paper off the back, and then I used resin tape. I'm sure you guys know what resin tape is. 91, 80s. Oh, that sounds comfortable. 91 in North Carolina. I mean, I think 91 is still comfortable. It was, I don't know what, hold on, I gotta do the calculation. We don't get like super hot weather here normally, but the heat wave here was incredible. Like just so incredibly hot. So hold on, let me check. It was, let's say that degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So it was 111. It felt like it has, you know how it has like the actual temperature and then what it feels like temperature. The feels like temperature was 111 Fahrenheit for all of you Fahrenheit people, but it was like 44 degrees Celsius, which is crazy. We don't usually get that here. So yeah, so it was hot. It was so hot. I didn't even want to go outside. Like none of us wanted to go outside. Even our dogs didn't want to go outside. It was just way too hot. So anyways, like I said, so for the planter picks, I took the paper off the back and I used resin tape, which is this, to cover the back, and then I used the UV resin. But what I found for the front is I didn't remove the paper from the front, and I still just went ahead and did the UV resin in the little spaces and then cured everything. And then once everything was done and cured, then I took the paper off. This one's not a good example of how clean it turned out afterwards, but you can see like it turns out super clean if you do it that way, because then you're not accidentally getting paint or resin on the black acrylic. So if you're looking for that kind of perfectionist look, that's how you do it. So anyway, yeah, April, it was hot. It was so hot. I felt so bad for my son. He went to school and he's at an age where they still have recess. They have, hey Tanya. Hello. Hi Tanya. So yeah, my son still has recess, and they normally, when it gets super hot, they don't send them outside. They're just like, no, keep them inside, whatever. And you kind of anticipate as a parent that that's what they're going to do. But there was one day that it was like super hot, and then they had like a water park day. Not really a water park, but you know, like the little play parks, the splash pads. So they sent them out, and my son is not into splash pads anymore. Like he's too cool now for the splash pad. But so he literally was just baking in the sun, and I went to go pick him up after school that day, and he just looked like if you could like imagine, like, it's not a joking matter, but like what heat exhaustion looks like a person who's just done with the sun and the heat. That's what he looked like. He was just like, can we just go home and get into some air conditioning? And I actually ended up putting him in a nice cool shower. I was just like, go take a shower, you know, cool off, drink some water, get your body temperature regulated back to normal, because he just said he was just incredibly hot. So I was a little disappointed that happened to him, because I think the teachers were all anticipating the kids would just go in the water and be cooled off, but the ones who, my son said that there was a bunch of kids who didn't want to go in the water, so all these kids just ended up sitting out in the sun, and they were really hot, so they were not happy. Hello, Tanya. Yeah, sorry, I've done a lot of talking for the first, what time is it? Oh my god, it's almost been an hour. Well, no, actually, no, I started late, so it's been about 35 minutes. But still, I've done a lot of talking, so let's paint. Okay, so we're looking for ideas for colors. If anybody else has colors, April has mentioned black with some orange, which I thought was really cool. It was kind of in line with something I was thinking. I'm kind of second guessing myself that maybe I should go more colorful, but I'm not sure. So let me know. We have blues, we have reds, we have pinks, we have purples, we have all the colors, we have yellows, we have all the colors. So let me know what you guys think. But we're doing green in the meantime because green's kind of a safe color for the leaves. So we're gonna do that while we're all kind of thinking here. So I'll try to move a little bit faster because I always tend to do that. I always tend to just end up chatting and I don't end up getting the actual art done. So, but it's fun. And I got the music going on today. See, I'm getting better. I'm getting a little better with this live stream thing, hopefully. So. Now I do like to change up the colors as well here and do a little bit of blending. But I think today, because we have this iridescent piece in the background, we're gonna just go straight colors so that we can kind of see how this, you know, kind of a basic approach to just painting. And the iridescent background is going to work itself out. I don't want to be too complicated right out of the gate here. So, okay. So green, and keep going. And yes, so I did have some people asking about these glass colors. So these are glass, again, stained glass paints colors. And if you can resin over them once they're dry. And the answer is yes, you can. It does take a bit of time to dry. I give it at least 24 hours to dry, and then you're good to go to pour resin over top. So purple with black sparkle. Oh, see, everyone wants the black sparkle. Okay, so it looks like the black sparkle is going to happen. Can we do purple? Maybe it's too much. Purple and orange and black? Yeah, maybe it's a bit, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe. So. So I do have, so right now, like I said, on the site, we do have these large pieces. So these are considered the large ones currently. These are 7 inches in size. So diameter, 7 inches. I also have like the planter picks that you see on the screen as well. These guys here. They just launched on Friday. So those are now on the site as well. There's a few designs. There's more coming. There's a few designs there. And what else? The tiny ones. This is not the tiny guy, but I do have some medium size. So this is considered the medium size. I think they're about 5 inches. So these are nice if you want to, hang them up individually, like, sun catchers or on a mobile or something. Or if you want to inlay them into a silicone mold in like a tray or whatever, you can do that. So these can be used for that. But I did have some people request the size for coasters. So these will be coming out soon. So this is, you can see the size difference here. So this is the 5 inch. These guys are about 3.5, I think. Can't remember exactly the size. So these should fit. I tried to make this a size that most people will be able to fit into their coaster molds. I think 3.5 to 4 inches is a typical, or 4.5 is a typical coaster size. So this should fit pretty much all coasters. I can show you, excuse me, sorry. I am working on, as I mentioned, lots of videos right now to show all the capabilities. So this is a coaster mold from molds and shapes, and it's got resin on it. So this is their holographic, one of their holographic molds, and I've already kind of poured the resin, a thin layer in here, and then I've placed in the samples that I'm working on for the coaster. So these are the same, so this guy and this guy are the same size, you can see. So this is probably one of the smallest coaster molds I have. This is, I think, a 3.5-inch coaster mold, I think. So yeah, and they fit in there perfectly. So again, and I'm going to be painting these, probably not today, or at least not during this live stream, painting these, and then again covering, once that's done, putting another layer of resin over top, and then I have a coaster. So that's coming soon too. I'm going to put that back over here. So lots and lots of things in the works. Oh, Jocelyn, you're here. Hold on, let me show you something really quick. You remember that one live stream when I was doing that painting? And it was kind of challenging for me that day. We were having some technical difficulties. Look at it. It is done. That's what it looks like. So I got the glitter in there and all the other colors of paints and stuff. It turned out really cool. So there's that. All right, so let's continue. Let's get rid of our butterfly. Orange and black like a swallow-tailed butterfly. Hi, Patty. Welcome, welcome. How are you? How are things in your part of the world? What's the weather like? What you got going on? All right, so where was I? I was working on this guy here. And so I am going to be coming up with a few different, I don't know if I want to call it like levels, but different levels of designs where some are more simple and some are more complex, because I've had some people, I know, well, there's a lot of people that I know of that want the complex designs. So like this would be kind of like leaning on the side of more complex, but I do have some people who want more simple designs. For example, I don't know if you guys follow me, the ones who follow me on Instagram will have seen the wedding pieces I made. Those ones are hand painted ones. They were stained glass hand painted pieces, but it was made into a huge, oh, I gotta find a picture. It was made into a huge backdrop for someone's wedding. And a lot of people asked me if I was gonna make those into, sorry, my nose, every time I'm in my studio, my nose is itchy, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can find you guys a photo of it. It became a backdrop for my client's wedding, and it was amazing. So let's see. So this is the pieces. I'm going to see if I can find the picture she sent me. She hasn't sent me a great picture yet, but I'll show you what she sent me in terms of how it looked assembled. So these, here's my dog, it's Moby. So it had these massive circles. So these were like 24 inches in terms of size. And then it had, you can see all the pieces in the background here are all the other pieces that were used. 97 in human. Oh my goodness, Patty. It's almost as bad as here. Well, I think it's a little better here now, but it was super, super hot during the week. Hold on, let me find the picture she sent me. Okay, like I said, it's not the greatest photo, but it gives you an idea of what it looked like. And then there was two of these, so you can see there's one here and one here. And then they set them into these. She actually had a carpenter make the frame, and then I just created the pieces that went inside. And then these two things were the backdrop of her wedding. So it was, I'm sure it looked incredible. I haven't got the pictures from the wedding yet, but it was incredible. But I've had some people ask me if I'm gonna make this piece into an acrylic piece like this. The answer is yes. I think I'm gonna do a whole kind of traditional line, like just a kind of a series. I don't know how many pieces will be in it, but a series of kind of traditional stained glass. So this way, you know, for those who are really looking for that kind of traditional look, will can get that too. And those are a little bit simpler in design as well, because this, you know, it doesn't, this one has a lot of like little pieces, where that one's going to have like larger sections to fill. So let me know what you think of that idea. Do you guys, would you guys like to see more complex? Like I said, I do have people asking for the complex design. Let me know if you're like team complex or team simple or team traditional, I guess, maybe. And, or if it's a mix, or if there's any, actually, I'm also looking for specific, what the next, well, I know what the next bunch of designs I'm coming out with because they're already in the works, but the next line of designs, let me know what else you guys would like to see. Thank you guys. What else you guys would like to see? Yeah, so I know I have people who ask me, I've been asking for a while. I know I have like mythical creatures is on the list. I want to do tropical birds, because I know I've done hummingbirds, but I want to do tropical birds like toucans and parrots and things like that. So that's on the list. Yeah, just, I know those are on the list so far. Obviously, I haven't done my peacock yet. I have to do a peacock design, so that's coming up. What else? And there's a bunch. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there's a bunch of things. So let me know what else you guys would like to see, and I will definitely, I want to create, whenever I create a series. Yeah, whenever I created like a new design, I want to do at least 3 or 4 in the series. So if there's a cool series that you can think about, like for example, on these planters, the planter picks, I did mostly kind of insects, except for the hummingbird. So I had the bee, the dragonfly, and the butterfly. And actually the new one coming out is going to be a ladybug. So, shh. But, so I like to do series of like 3, 4, even 5 if we have a lot of colorful options, or sorry, a lot of options. Like, and of course colors would be great because I like colorful things, and I think stained glass really embodies that whole colorful nature. And I think I did this one wrong. I think I did that one wrong. So the other reason why I like using these paints rather than setting epoxy in here right away or resin right away is because if I need to change my mind, I can. And also because if I was using resin right now, the resin would be almost like cured. But because of all the chatting I'm doing, it would be already cured. So here I can at least, take a pause, chat, and the paint is still waiting for me to do my thing. So, all right, so let's go this way. And as we're going along here, if you guys have questions about anything, about any of the stuff that we're talking about, feel free to ask. I find it's a lot easier for me to do it this way by answering questions. So this way, anybody who watches the video might have similar questions and they will get the answers right away. So. All right, so we'll get this guy done, and then we will pick our first color that's not green. All right. I got all the leaves, I think. Oh, no, I didn't. There's one here. All right, there we go. Okay, so butterfly time. So we had suggestions for purple with black sparkle, orange and black like a swallowtail. Now I gotta look at what a swallowtail looks like. Let's do that. So, like, that sounds interesting. And maybe if we do that, we can make the flowers purple or pink or something, so it kind of balances. Swallowtail. So like this guy that we're looking at. Oh, he's got a little bit of purple on him too. Okay. Let's find the prettiest one. See more. That one's a good example, I think. Ooh. Oh, we could do the little red bit on here. Okay. Okay, I see you. So it looks more yellow, but we can go tint towards orange, I think. We have to get some black. So the design's not going to be 100% accurate because obviously this is a more generic butterfly. I didn't make it specific to any actual species of butterfly. I just kind of tried to create something that could work kind of in any kind of way, but it does resemble in some places. So let's see, how can we do that? Do a black body. We can get a little bit of black in probably down here, and then maybe in some of these spots. I think we can make it work. So how long does it take for that kind of paint to be completely dry? So this is the Pebeo glass paints. I say, okay, I think the bottle says, I can't remember. I think they say 24 hours, and that's bare minimum. What I would leave it is 24 hours. So like if I do it today this afternoon, I'd wait till tomorrow afternoon to end up top coating it if I'm going to top coat it. That would be the absolute earliest I would wait, is to like to full 24 hours. Some days, depending on the project, sometimes I wait 2 days. I'll just let it kind of sit and fully cure, because what I find with it, I don't think it actually matters when you're top coating it with resin, but I do find, just like if I'm painting, so like on this piece, how I just kind of painted it, if you, after 24 hours, if you go and try to touch it, it should be, it'll be like dry, but it's almost like when resin is cured, but it's still a little, it could leave fingerprints in it. That's the same kind of thing that it would be doing. It would be like you could touch it and it's dry, but you could like feel it's a little bit tacky or sticky still. But then if you let it dry even longer, it will be like right now, completely cured, dried, however you want to say it. And that's, so I like to leave it, like especially if I'm doing other things with it, I would let it dry for 2 days, but 24 hours is actually all you need. So there's a little blue, yes, April, that's what I just noticed. There's a little like purple blue on the bottom, and even the little dot of red, which is, or it could be orange, because on this one it's kind of a brownish orange. So yeah, I think this is cool. That's so neat. And look when they put their wings together. That's so cool. So when you, so like when the wings are together, it creates this really neat pattern. Okay, I really like it. So I've actually thought about that. I have a follower in Australia, and she is a butterfly enthusiast, and she made me think about if I should do a whole line of butterflies. But I don't know yet. It's a possibility. So, okay, let's continue here. So if we're gonna go, oh, I lost my picture. Okay, here. Okay, so we're gonna go with this photo. You guys can see it. Oh, yeah. There, you guys can see it. So it's mostly yellow, but I think for our sake, we're gonna go slightly orange. And we do actually have a yellow. Where's our yellow? This is our lemon yellow, so it's a bright yellow that we have. It's funny because this is actually also called yellow. So we might, maybe we'll mix a color with those two to get kind of a brighter yellow than what we have here, but not super orange, because like even here, we've got a bit of a darker yellow there as well. So I think that's what we're going to use for inspiration. So we got that. Like I said, we're not going to get all the patterns won't be exact, but I think it'll give us the right idea. All right. So let's mix some colors. Oh, and we're gonna do the black sparkly because you guys want sparkly black, right? Let me grab. Uh-oh, where's my sparkly black? I gotta find that. Okay, we'll find sparkly black, but let's do this first. So we're gonna just do a quick little shake. Nothing too crazy because we don't want to introduce too many bubbles into our paints. I have a couple duplicates of these colors, so let's go with the one that's already open. So what kind of projects have you guys been working on lately? Like, have you guys had a chance to do any? I know, like I said, I know spring and going into summer is a busy time for most people, but let me know if you guys are, do you guys have anything fun going on? Is it weddings? I know it's wedding season, so you guys already got weddings happening. I think Joanne, one of my other members, mentioned that she's at a wedding this afternoon, so she couldn't be here today. But, so I know that kind of stuff is happening. Anybody got anyone graduating or any fun things like that happening? Okay, so we've got our kind of a darker yellow, so it's in between both of those colors. So in this case, what we'll do is, so I think what we'll do, so this is going to be black. We'll probably do middle black. We're going to do, yeah, see, this one's different. I gotta figure it out. Yeah, they're all a little different. So we'll go back to this. Oh, this is the drawing. So I think I'm going to do these ones probably black. I'll keep this one yellow, or should I do that now? Yeah, I'm going to do this yellow. I'll do these ones black, then yellow, yellow, and then black, I think. So there's just going to be, and then in between here, so we're going to get some colors down here and the little red dot. So this will play with the blues and purples. This will be black, and then we'll do some yellows, yellow, and probably a black. This one, these two might be black, or black, black, yellow, 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 something like that. Something like that. We'll see. I don't know. We're going to wing it. Let's just go and wing. So we'll do yellow here. It'll be interesting to see how, because this iridescent paper at the back is actually tinted slightly blue, so our butterfly might end up looking a little bit green here, but let's see. It still will look cool, I think. Okay, so we're gonna leave, I'm gonna leave, so this one, I think we're gonna do, should we alternate? Black, yellow, black, yellow, black, but then we're gonna have too many black here. Oh, is that a thing? Black. I want to do both of these black because that seems like it's something that's kind of on there. I'm gonna do yellow, yellow, I think, here. And then I was going to do a yellow up here as well. I did 3D printed dog memorial, made a silhouette of a dog with border, and used resin. Oh, that's awesome! 3D printed dog memorial. That's so cool. That's another great machine, is the 3D printers. I do some really cool things with that as well. You guys see that? Oh, you can. Okay, good. You can see the yellow in there. So yeah, black body, and then we're gonna do black, I think here, right? Or is this gonna be yellow? Oh, maybe this would be yellow, yellow, and then black. Yeah, okay. It just, this is so reminiscent to me of like a coloring book. Just being able to, you know, paint between the lines and, you know, make it any color you like. I think it's, just gives me that vibe. And to me, it's even easier than a coloring book, because I find with coloring books, especially once you kind of get, you know, you can become an adult, you want it to look like really clean and professional looking. Here, it's a lot, I think it's a little easier with the paint to do that than it is with the with pencil crayons or crayons, unless you're like super good with them. I mean, I used to really love coloring when I was younger, but I would be one of those people that like colored, and I would color like with a lot of pressure, so I get the solid color of the pencil crayon. And so my pictures always looked really cool, but it was always just like solid. And then as I got older, I'm like, okay, I could just be able to start blending and doing gradients and stuff. But then I would still be using a lot of pressure. So now I'm doing full color with blending. And it was just, it's just, it looked really neat, but it's just like your hand would hurt afterwards. So, okay, so we have that. And I think we're going to do so on here, it has the bluish purple, so we'll do blue purple, and then the red or orange here on both sides. And then we have, and then I think we're gonna do the black, or no, maybe I do the yellow here too. I think maybe. Yeah, I think so, because there's really no black that goes down to the bottom. So I think we're gonna do the yellow here as well, just to give them more color. And then we're gonna grab ourselves some black glitter. April, I'm sure that looks really neat. I would love to see it actually, if you want to send it to me, or yeah, if you want to email it to me. You guys know my email address, right? Do I know my email address? liadiadesigns@gmail.com. So, okay, so we have that. I'm gonna get rid of these because we don't actually need them. Yellow. Okay, so let me take a quick look over there, find my black glitter. Be right back. Enjoy the music. Okay, back. So it's funny because after all these years of doing resin, I don't actually have a lot of black. So At least not black glitter, because I just didn't, I guess I don't really use it very much. But so I do have this one. This is the holographic black from Hemway. When I first started doing resin, this was my go-to place for getting glitter, and they're still an amazing company. They're just in the UK, so I was finding it a little difficult, not difficult, but because obviously they have great shipping, but it was a little bit slower of a process to get their orders. Whereas, well, I don't know, I guess it's probably pretty much the same, because I mean, Larissy also is overseas as well. So, but I just ended up kind of connecting with Larissy more as kind of an affiliate and things like that. So I did a lot more with them. But this is their darkest, so they call it deep sea blue, but it's like the darkest of dark blues, which is really nice. So I think I'm going to use this. It's not black, or should I? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I use, maybe I should use, because this is holographic. Maybe I should use the holographic, right? Okay, you guys tell me, should I use the darkest blue or the holographic black? Let me know. I'm going to let you guys decide. So while I read messages. Jocelyn, do you have a specific type of paintbrush, or is it just the ones at Dollar Tree or the cosmetic brushes? I've had issues finding the right small type that easily spreads. Yep, of course I understand. Okay, I need to get my Amazon shop set up properly. Right now I have the links, but they're not like in a shop. I have to get that properly set up for you guys, because it'll be so much easier for you guys to shop if I get that set up. So I'm gonna do that soon. But for now, while you're looking, is go to, so I just get mine from Amazon. I don't think I have a pack. I don't think so. I get mine from Amazon. So this is Amazon. So, sorry, this is, don't worry about the brand name. Brand name doesn't matter, because I think they all come from overseas. But what you're looking, the tiny ones I use are 00. So you can see on here, it says 00, and that's the tiny tip brushes. Yeah, so this is the, there might be 000, I can't remember, but I find the 00 works best for me. They do have regular 0 and all the different sizes. Like I said, don't worry about the name, but just look for 00 in brushes. These come in a pack of like 50. They're not the cheapest, like they're not from the dollar store, but they're cheap enough for me to feel like I can get, as long as I get, you know, a handful of uses out of them, maybe even longer, like depending what I'm using. Like if I'm using these paints, I can generally get some good use out of them. You can't, you know, if I'm going to use them with resin, you might be able to get 2 uses out of them. If I'm using them with the gloss varnish, I'll get months use out of them. Like it just depends on what it is you're using. But I find for me, the quality is decent. I like these specific ones with the black handle. They do have other ones with the blue handle. I find those ones, the bristles fall out more. But anyway, so this is the one I like. I think the brand name changes. So like I said, don't worry about the brand name. Just look for the 00. But yeah, so anyways, like I said, I'm going to get my Amazon shop. So this way I can actually give you guys the direct links, make it so much easier for you. So anyway, there's that. Ooh, pick scent. Ooh, okay. Did you send it to my email? Is it okay if I show it on this stream? I want everyone to see it. I'm sure it's amazing. Oh, that's so cool. It looks like a coin. That's so neat. Can I show it? Let me know if I can show it, and then I will. Okay, we've got holographic, dark blue. Okay, I got 2 votes of holographic and 2 votes of dark blue. Okay, we need some more votes. Need some more votes. We got a tie currently. My vote doesn't count because I don't have a vote right now. I don't know which one I want. So you guys need to let me know. I did bring a little bit of gold glitter because I'm thinking maybe for the centers of the flowers, we can do that. We will need a color for the flowers as well. I think we might go with Jocelyn's idea of purple. But then I gotta decide which purple. Or purple or the fuchsia pink, or the like a wine, the wine red that we were looking at earlier, which I also think is really pretty. So there's this. I mean, we could go orange, but then I think it's going to be too much of the same colors. So for purple, I have, okay, here, I'm going to put all the colors that we could potentially use. So we have pink, fuchsia pink, that's kind of like the wine-ish red. This is a violet, no, this is called Parma, but it's kind of like a purplish color. It's a bit more pink than what may show there. It looks more blue on camera. And then this is, again, this looks more purple, looks more blue on camera. I would say probably those. I do have red, if we want to go with a full-on red. So, and I do have, this is called pink, but it's actually kind of a coral color. Oh, did I make a mess? Ooh, I got glitter on that, okay. And then we actually have coral, which is very similar to those two. So, hollow. Okay, so we got 3 for hollow. All right, we're gonna go for hollow. Okay, now you guys get to vote on these as I get the black ready. Okay, so for the black, what we're gonna do, there's 2 ways you could do this if you are using the glass paints and you're doing this way of painting onto like a canvas or acrylic, is you can mix it with the gloss varnish, which many of you know that I do. My gloss varnish is here. So this here is the gloss varnish that I use for majority. If I'm not using the glass paints to paint things, I'm using this. And I use this as kind of my base medium, and then I'll mix my colors into it. So if I'm using this, I'll use the resin dyes that I showed earlier. Or if I'm mixing glitter, if I want to make kind of like a paint with glitter or whatever, I use this as my base, and then I add my glitter, and then I paint. So there's that. Or the third option now, if you decide that you want to be a Pebeo girl like me, but I think I'm going to use a gloss varnish, just saying, is the same lightening medium that I was mentioning earlier that you can use to kind of thin out the glass paints to make them more transparent. You could technically use this and mix with your glitter, and it's going to do the same thing the gloss varnish does. The only reason why this I'm not going to use is because you can tell it has like a color to it, while it's not going to really show because it's, you know, a very thin layer. I'm just not going to. I don't know. I always default to my gloss varnish. So we're going to go with this. And this way I can show you guys too who are not familiar what we do. So gloss varnish, and we just pour some. How much are we going to need? Maybe go a little bit more, not that much. So we don't need a ton. And we are going to use our holographic black. I'm just going to do it off screen so that I don't get, when you open these little bags, sometimes the glitter flies everywhere. So we're going to just mix. You guys can see me? I'm hitting the camera. Oh, okay, we'll do it here. And we're just going to put in our glitter. Hopefully I didn't get any on there. And I'm going to use a different brush. So this is the one we're keeping for these guys. I'm going to use a separate brush. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. A separate brush for... Okay, I'll use the blue one just so we can keep track. Normally it wouldn't matter, but... So again, as I was mentioning, this is another 00 brush. This is the blue one. Like I said, it's a different brand. I don't care for it as much. I just find it's fine, especially if you know you're going to be disposing of them pretty quickly. But I find for a longer term use, not as great. But anyways, so we're going to just do that so we can tell the difference between the brushes. So we'll do our mix here. Like so. I think I might add a bit more. think I'm going to mix a bit more just because I want to. So there's two ways you can go about this. Is you can make the glitter kind of thin, and then this way when you paint, it's not going to completely fill the, like it's not going to completely cover the background. But I think in this case, we're just going to go ahead and completely cover the background with it. I want it to be thick enough that the glitter really shows. We want it to look like solid glitter and not sparse, if that makes sense. So we're gonna just get ourselves a really nice glitter paint here, basically. So it's not going to show through. This won't be transparent, but that's okay. I think because we want the glitter effect, we're okay with that. So we're gonna just go ahead and do here. Oh, and so I think the reason I think did I tell you why I was doing two brushes? It's because the gloss varnish is water based. So this is water based. While I mentioned earlier the stained glass paints are not. They're solvent based. So you can't mix them together. So you could not mix these paints with this. It won't work in terms of like mixing them together in the same cup. You can, and what else? Yeah, so you just can't mix them. But obviously in this case, we did two, we're treating them as two completely separate mediums. So obviously we're fine to go ahead and paint with them. And they're very divided. Like these colors are not going to be touching. So it's fine. Like you're not going to have any incompatibility with the pigments or the mediums. So we have that. I really like the look of this actually. And I'm going to put a little bit in there. And a little bit in here. And then we'll continue. So yeah, so water-based paints, or even the water-based varnish. So the one thing you'll want to do if you're using these water-based type varnishes, and you can mix this varnish with mica powder to make your own paint or your own kind of mixture medium. Excuse me. But the main thing you have to remember is you have to wait till, if you're going to top coat it with resin afterwards, you have to wait till the varnish is 100%, like 1000% dry, because resin doesn't like water, right? Like water-based things. So but once the varnish is completely dry, so again, this can be overnight. Like the varnish does dry quicker than the paints do, like the glass paints. But if you're going to top coat it, definitely wait at least overnight. I would say at least 8 hours. Give it a whole day if you want to be super safe, depending on how thick you've laid it into the thing. Now, I would not recommend, even though I showed you guys earlier how, the walls, the walls of this design, it's a 3mm, I can't remember what that was, an 1/8 of an inch, I think, height in the acrylic, or a 3mm height in the acrylic. So when you're putting in your paint, it's not going to fill. It's just going to sit on the bottom, which is fine, right? Like I said, especially if you're going to top coat with resin anyway, just let it do its thing. It'll settle, and then you can go and you can top coat with resin. If you're filling with epoxy, that's different. You can go ahead and try to fill it. This way, when the resin cures, it'll have almost a flat surface because you filled it. But you don't want to try to fill these with the gloss varnish or even the glass paints, honestly. You don't want to just like pour and try to fill the gaps, because they may not cure properly. They may not dry properly, like, especially the gloss varnish. If it's poured in and it's too thick of a layer, it can crack. Like it will just, as it dries, it's just too thick and it ends up cracking or just being uneven on the surface. The glass paints, I've never actually tried to pour them in. They might be fine, but I'm going to assume they'll probably take a week to dry. So you don't really need to do that for any reason. If you really want the surface to be like filled in, then I would say either do epoxy resin, or even UV resin if you prefer. You wouldn't be able to do UV resin on a piece like this because you need the light to be able to shine through it. I'm sure you guys know that with UV resin. I'm still learning UV resin because I've never really used it, maybe a couple times in my 4 years that I've been working with resin. But I know that you need the light to be able to shine through it. So if the light can't shine through, then it's not going to cure. So I would say epoxy resin would be the other suggestion for a piece like this. And then you could fill all the little spaces with the resin if you want to have that look. But again, once I finish with this, I'm going to let it dry and then I'm going to top coat it with resin. So then it will have a nice finish on the top. It'll fill everything in. Everything will be nice and level, if that's the look you're going for. So just a little bit of warning on that. I don't want you guys to feel that you need to completely, or that you can completely fill these to the top with the gloss varnish. I mean, you could technically if you wanted to layer. Sorry, give me a second to just drink some water. You could layer, if you really wanted to, you could layer. So you could paint, let all this dry, and then paint again. You might have to do 2 or 3 times to kind of build it up, but that's an option if you really wanted to do it that way. Okay, so I think I got all the black. Oh no, wait, we're going to do the little pieces on the bottom here, black. So yeah, that looks really neat. Okay, so we have that. And so we said the next color was going to be blue, or maybe we can use the same purple that we have here, because I think it'll blend nicely with the black. Oh, and it looks kind of bluish on screen. The gloss varnish also will dry clear. Right now, the gloss varnish looks kind of opaque. It has like kind of an opaque white look, but it will dry clear. So when it dries, that glitter is just gonna pop. So it'll look, like it is on the package. So let's take a quick look at this picture. Oh, April, did you say that I can? Oh, there we go. So here's April's creation. Look at that. Doesn't that look so cool? So it's a 3D printed design that she then filled in with resin. And it looks like a coin. Look at it. Look at the side. That is so cool. That must have taken quite a while for the 3D printer to make, because that's a good thickness too on the sides there. That's so neat. That's amazing. So 3D printed dog memorial. That's so cool. What do you guys think? Let April know what you guys think. I love it. I think it's really neat. I love the idea that it's what was the size of that actually? How big was the finished piece? But yeah, it's amazing. Good job, April. Amazing. I'm sure the people who received it are going to love it and treasure it forever. So okay, so we were looking at I was looking at the color for the. Okay, so this is the color. We're back to this. So I think we could probably go with this, maybe. Hold on, you guys can't see it. I think we could go with that. So we'll do that, and then for the little red spot, it's more of an orange, I think. I mean, it looks red on some of the pictures and orange on some. So we could go. Maybe we go with one of these. I think we'll do that. Oh, you guys can't see what I did there. Sorry. I was thinking that we go with one of these. So we'll have this, and then we'll have one of these as the dots. It's kind of got an orangey look to it. She cried. Oh, an inch thick. Wow. 5 across. That's amazing. I bet she did. It's beautiful. It honestly is. And it really does help with, you know, having those little memorials. It helps with healing too. I actually made some, not like yours. I made little resin pieces, like display pieces, with a photo of our dog that had passed back in 2020, and I made them for my kids because they were really having a hard time and they wanted to have something. So we had some of his name was Coco. We had some of his fur, and so I had a photo, and then I actually have a tutorial of what I made on my channel, but had a photo and had a little frame, and I put flowers in resin. Like I set everything in resin, put flowers all around it, and some of his hair, and then, you know, sealed all that in with more resin. And my kids love it. They have it in their rooms, and it really helped them a lot too. So I think it can be really comforting to have things like that. And it's really great when people are able to bring that kind of comfort to others. So good job. All right, so I was saying, so we're going to do this for the bottom couple. And we're back to the black paintbrush because we're switching back over. So we'll do this color. So this one I'm going to do a little thin, like when I'm painting it on, just so we can get that color to show, because it's a darker color. So we want it to show through a little bit. So I'm going to do it here and here. And this side as well. Oh no! Oh, I looked away for a second. Oh no. Okay, let's just fix that really quick. Again, easy enough fix. I'll just scoop all that out. Because again, the paint doesn't dry super fast, it gives us time to, well, it gives me time to fix the mistakes I make. So, and that's always a benefit in my world. I lost my yellow. Oh no, wait, this was the custom color. So luckily we still have some more of that. So easy fix. There we go. Remember that video in April? Yes, Jocelyn. Yeah, it was a number of years ago now, but yeah, it's I still see the pieces when I go in my kids' room. They still have them displayed. They love them. So okay, so we'll get this in, and we'll do the orange. And you guys need to let me know what color I'm doing flowers. I'm thinking now that we're getting close to finishing the butterfly, we should be able to get a better idea of what color we want to do. I'm just gonna, again, I'm just thinning this out a bit because I want the blue to properly show. Go. Okay, so we have that, and then I think we're gonna go with, oh my gosh, so that's coral. Just go with the coral. It's orange enough, I think. So, and it's gonna give us kind of a red vibe anyway. bubble or something there. I'm just gonna get it. Okay, I'm gonna lift this up so you guys can see it because I know you're not getting the best view there. Okay, so we're gonna, these are still our color options. Okay, let's review. Okay, color options. All right, let's see if we can get you guys a better view. So that's what we're doing. And like I said, once it dries, the black's really going to kind of show us more black. Right now it looks kind of gray. And then we're really going to get those, hopefully those other colors are going to, you know, once they're dry, then we're really going to see if we can get the iridescent to show through in the light. I'm trying to get some light here so you guys can kind of see how it shines. But yeah, so there we go. So that's what we have so far. Okay, colors. Colors. Anyone? Anyone have a choice for colors? Let's clean that up a bit. I think I got glitter in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's make a choice. I think we should go, I kind of like how this is looking, so it kind of makes me want to do these colors and the flowers as well. Bright, right, April? Thinking maybe we go with the complementary of that red, so you guys can kind of, I mean, it's coral, but you can kind of see the color of it. I'm thinking maybe that. It's between the coral and the pink. I think those are my choices. Okay, so I narrowed it down. I narrowed it down to 2 choices. What do you think? I need some votes. Trying to also look at what the background is going to be as well. Actually, we could probably use both of these colors. It's just whether it's going to be mostly pink and a little bit of orange, because these the design on these flowers have this little, like, you know how the flowers kind of fold over, like kind of bend over a little bit, and you see a bit of the back petal. So pink for the bottom, pink for the top and bottom, purple for the ones on the sides. Jocelyn, what are you thumbs upping? Which answer? I don't know. Should I do both? Okay, so pink, purple. Okay, purple. Purple? Any other votes? Anyone else? Because I think we could do pink with the purple as the underside, because that kind of makes sense. Oh my gosh, it's almost 6 o'clock. Those colors you picked. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so let's start. So I'll do the, I'm not sure about the purple right now, because I feel like it's gonna make it a little bit too monotone, like too much of the same color. I think these will bring out the colors a little bit more. So let's try, we could flip it. So we could do orange maybe here and here with the underside being pink, and then we do pink top and bottom with the underside being orange. Pink and coral. Okay, let's try that. So let's start with this. So this way we do still, we're kind of blending all of our ideas here. Let's start with this side. Actually, let's open both. Get that going. Pink and coral. Okay. I know it's getting close to dinner time, so I'm gonna have to hurry because I know I'm probably holding you guys here for a little bit. All right. So I think this will be nice because it matches the butterfly accent a little bit. Okay, so we have that. This one as well. Go with the pink and coral. Okay, well we are going to do the pink for the top and bottom, so we're going to try both. So we're going to do that, and then we'll do the opposite one also in the same color. I really like, even if we don't get a lot of this iridescence from this vinyl piece behind it, I really like the shine. It's kind of illuminating from behind what's happening with the piece here. I really like that actually. Kind of gives it a bit more light. I mean, the white background would have been nice too, but this kind of gives, it's reminiscent of the kind of my holographic pieces. It kind of has that same feel. So, okay, so let's do the pink on these. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of difference, to be honest, because I think these tend to look a little similar. But I think it'll be enough of a difference that it feels like it's the same flower. So that's what it looks like. See what I mean with the reflection? It looks really neat. So like I said, it's not a huge difference between those two colors, but I think it might be enough for it to just kind of have, just kind of makes it look like the flower petal is flipped a bit. I don't think that's... Or maybe I should do it on the purple. Maybe on the pink ones, we'll do the purple flips. The back petals, because we'll just try it and see how it looks. Okay, and then we're gonna do these ones really quick. Obviously, when these are on a white background, you probably could notice the difference a little bit more. Oh my gosh, I'm being messy. You can probably notice the difference a little bit more, but I think because we have a bit of a color to this background, it's making these colors look a little bit more similar than they would normally look, which again is fine. I don't think is an issue. It's just, it's always fun to see how paints and other mediums kind of work with each other or compete with each other. So, or you know, they complement each other, or how they kind of change the overall effect. I mean, that's one of the things I love to experiment with. So. Okay, so we have that. And let's try the purple just for the little flippy, the back of the petals. That might look a little better for this particular flower. Again, similar, but it'll be a little bit of a difference, which I think will be nice. There we go. Want to do one more, and then we'll have to quickly decide what we want to do about the background. I don't know if we want to really do a ton with the background. Hold on. I do have some iridescent glitter, which I might just want to do in some of these, but we shall see. I swear, that's the thing with glitter, I got it everywhere. Okay, so again, pink. There we go. All right, so I think we're done with the pink. Cover that up. Right, okay, and then purple. Oh, that was it? I think that's it. Okay. And I do want to do the bit of glitter in the middle of those flowers. Okay, so we got that done. Let me quickly show you guys how that looks. So that's, you can see a little bit of purple there. Oh, that pink. Need to add a little bit more. Oh, where'd it go? So I think I did a little too thin here. Much better. So you can see just a little bit of that purple just kind of peeking through there. And on these ones, same thing, a little bit of pink compared to that coral. But it's not super obvious, which actually is kind of nice for the flowers. Just want to say thank you. Oh. Oh, Jocelyn, thank you so much. I appreciate you too. I love having you guys in the stream, honestly. I wish I could do it more often. I really am trying to do it more often, as long as my schedule can allow it. I'm hoping this summer, with the kids being home, I don't know if that's better or worse, to be honest, but I'm hoping to stream more, honestly, because I do. It's really fun for me, and I'm doing this stuff anyway. I'm painting anyway, so why not have you guys here with me to paint, and we could try different things. Like this color scheme, I probably wouldn't have done if you guys weren't with me today, because it wouldn't be necessarily one that I would have thought of to do myself. So I appreciate, you know, all of your support, and again, you know, my members, the ones who are, you know, on Patreon, here on YouTube, you know, monthly members, you guys really kind of help to keep me going with all this stuff too, because without you guys, I don't know, you know, the encouragement obviously is the most important thing to me, like in my heart. The encouragement is what really helps me to move forward on the days that I feel like, you know, no one's seeing one of my work, or no one's hearing me talk, or they're not seeing the techniques I'm trying to teach. Like, it's difficult when it feels like social media is kind of not working in your favor some days, and it just kind of makes it feel like no one's interested. But my members and our member live streams that we do, it really kind of helps to remind me that you guys do appreciate it. And, you know, we're not a huge community, but we are, you know, we're a really great one. So I thank you guys so much for all of that. I honestly do. And like I said, if I can do more, I want to do more. And again, these acrylic pieces, these acrylic silhouettes, templates, blanks, whatever you want to call them, are literally something that my members and I have been talking about for months and months. And months and months and months and months, you know, and I finally have been able to come up with this product that allows me to share my artistic talents with you guys in a way that's fun and easy, and, you know, for you guys to work on. Like, this becomes like a nice little project for you guys as well, and there's no stress, because I think the biggest thing with a lot of people who follow me is they want to create something similar, but they don't feel like they have the artistic talent to be able to draw it, and this gives them the opportunity to get the results without needing to have the ability to draw. So that was the whole purpose of this, and without my members, I don't know if we would have got here. So thank you guys. I'm so happy with everything, with how things are going. It's been kind of a interesting road, but we're getting there slowly. We're getting there. So thank you, Jocelyn. Okay, so let's do the glitter really quick for the centers of the flowers. I did want to do that. So this is just a kind of a golden mix. I'm afraid to hold it over the piece because it's just gonna have glitter go everywhere. But it's a really pretty mix. I'm hoping it works. It's got yellow, golden yellow tones. So again, just the gloss varnish. Oh no, I used the wrong brush. No, that's not good. Okay, let's see if we can clean that up. Okay, I think it might be okay, but we'll see. So this one, we're going to use this brush. Mix that gloss varnish in there. And we're just going to dab the glitter in the little spots. Yeah, in our member lives as well, if for anybody who's not currently members and they can want to consider it, in our member lives, we discuss a lot of the behind the scenes, little things I don't get to talk about, you know, on videos or in public live streams, and also like the new ideas that I'm thinking of or coming up with. You know, if like for example the waterfall designs. This was something my members decided that they wanted me to do. So I actually did, I think there's currently two designs, waterfall designs out. There is a third one that they've already seen, but I haven't launched it yet. So we do little bits of kind of voting or just kind of coming up with ideas on what's next. Like, what would you guys like to see? So if you want to be part of that process, being part of our membership and joining our lives, our member lives, is a great way to be part of that as well. So thank you, Patty. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. And Deborah, thank you, thank you. No, thanks, Patty and Deborah. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let's just quickly, I know you guys probably have to get going, so let's quickly just get this done. We're already a little bit after 6 here on Eastern time. Okay. So we're just gonna get a little bit of sparkle in the center of the flowers here. Could have done this for the petals too, but again, another great option, something if you guys want to try it, you can definitely do different combinations here. So this is what we have so far. I think it's gonna look really nice. I will somewhere I will post what it ends up looking like when it's completely done. This is the, oh, I have 2. Maybe this one. Oh my gosh. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. I don't know. So I do have these glitters. So I have one from, this is Moon Dust from Counterculture. I don't know if they sell these anymore. And then a Stelia from Paradise Glitter. Both are kind of like an iridescent, holographic iridescent. I don't know. Glitter. I don't know which one I wanted. This one's, the Moon Dust is a little bit bigger. I don't know if you guys can see that. This one's more fine and this one's a little bit bigger. So I'm trying to decide which I want to use. I think I don't really want to change the background too much because I think the blue is kind of pretty in the background. But I think I do want to have some that are a little bit different, right? So let's just mix up one of them and then we'll see where we want to do that. So same process again. This is going to be the gloss varnish version with the glitter. So we're gonna add a little bit more because I think we have more spaces. Let's go with the finer version. And I may not make this too opaque, but we'll see how it turns out. So this is the, see it there? Okay. Okay, so let's just pick some spots to do that. Paint them in. And again, it's going to be, this is going to dry clear. Right now it looks a bit more opaque than it will, because right now it's just glitter, right? So once it dries, we're only going to see the glitter. The gloss varnish is opaque right now, but it won't be later on. So you'll just see the sparkliness of the glitter in these areas, and you'll still kind of see that blue that's shining through underneath. Trying to decide. I think I'm going to do this here. And this is just random choices. There's no right or wrong here on which places we're putting these. I'm literally just choosing random spots. But I glitter just gives the pieces just a different kind of energy. That sparkle, the way it plays with the light, it just gives a whole different type of energy for sure. And I like that. I mean, I know it's not for everyone, so if you don't prefer the glitter, then Chantel, Dazzle Diamond Dreams. Amazing. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much. We're going to be just wrapping up actually. We've had a really fun live stream kind of putting this piece together. And but you can definitely watch it back. It will go into replayed mode as soon as I sign off here. So feel free to watch it back. It was a lot of fun. I hope to do another one real soon. But so you guys can see. And again, it looks white right now, especially on the camera, but it will dry into just being kind of glitter, not white. It's going to have the same blue background, but with glitter on top of it. It'll be not as, because the glitter's there, obviously the blue is not going to shine through all the way, but it will be there. So that's what we have. So I think it turned out really nice. It's like a unique color palette that I haven't done before. So that's fun. That's really exciting. And thank you guys so much for all that sparkles and glitter. Yes, for sure. I love it too. It's just, it gives it just so much more life. But I know there's a lot of people who like more traditional stained glass, and that's fine. That's the great thing with these. You can paint them any way you like. So again, we started off with just kind of our acrylic thing, our acrylic silhouette here, blank template, whatever you want to call it. And we've been able to make now a canvas out of it. And there's so many more things we can do. This is just the starting point of what we can do with these. So, and again, I'm thinking I'm gonna probably finish this in another video later, but I got to think about what I want to do with the sides here. I'm thinking of putting something, whether it's stones or something along the sides or on the edge along here, and then the sides we'll probably paint them. So we'll probably paint it as well because it's unfinished currently. And then once everything is in place and dried, then everything is going to get a top coat on top. So then that's going to be how we kind of finish it off and make sure we have a nice smooth finish on the top. Either it's going to be completely smooth, or I might actually leave some of the texture on top because I love having texture in my pieces. So again, all these come down to personal preferences. So anyways, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this live stream. I hope to do it again soon. Thank you all for being here. If anybody's interested in the acrylic blanks, the planter pics just dropped on Friday, so we have these now as well as the 7-inch guys, just like this butterfly. We have the 7-inch pieces, and we have some of the, I don't think this small one is on the website currently, but we do have like this, the 5-inch guys, this big, and the coaster ones that are this size coming out this week, very, very, very soon. So keep an eye out for all of those. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Take care.